Hi, and let me know if you do this. So if you're watching this video when I upload it, it's officially a few days after the very first quarter of 2023. And I would usually sit down and take a look at how I've spent my money over an extended period, because I feel like if you're looking at your expenses in the moment, most of the time you would not have an accurate picture of how you've done. So at the end of the first quarter, I sat down and I took a look at my savings, my expenditure, and my investment. It was nothing to write home about, as you can tell from the title of the video. And if you don't do this, and by this I mean you have a system where you review your finances after a certain period of time, you should definitely start doing it. You may find some things that may shock you or not. As you can see, I was shocked. And so I decided to make some changes, because if I don't make these changes, it would mean that by the end of the year, my savings investment would be a pity, and that would mean that I would not achieve my financial goals for the year. One of the changes I decided to make was to cut down on things that are eating up my income, and I thought to share with you just in case you're on a similar financial journey and you kind of need some inspiration or some ideas on ways you can better save money in order to achieve your goals. If you're new to the channel, hi, my name is Antwiwaa, and on this channel I share personal finance tips, self-development tips, and also lessons I'm learning and my experience as I'm navigating life as a 20-something-year-old living alone in Accra. If you're new to the channel, welcome back, and what's up, my G? The very first thing I'm no longer spending money on for the next 2 or 3 quarters is beauty regimens or salon visits. For the very first quarter, I spent a lot of money getting my nails done, getting a pedi, getting my hair done, getting hair extensions. And I can tell you for a fact that it was a bit excessive, but also I'm gonna cut myself some slack, because if I'm being honest, I had a somewhat of a bumpy first quarter of the year. So I was doing these things to kind of soothe the craziness that was going on in my world, sort of. It's not extreme, but yeah, that's the best way to put it. But those things ate a good amount of my money. I sat back, I did the additions, and I can't go on like this. Moving forward, of course, I'm still going to, try to look presentable. I'm going to get my nails done, but I'm going to make sure they last a little longer. So let's say if I'm extending my salon visits by a week, it would mean that instead of getting my nails done twice in a month, I'm getting my nails done once in a month. And that would mean that I would save that extra money I would pay if I was going in twice. Same thing for my hair. I'm going to spend a little less money on hair extensions and try to wear my natural hair often, because I have nice hair, it's cute. I may not entirely want to wear all the time, not because it's not beautiful, but because sometimes I feel like exposing my hair to the changing weather and temperatures may damage my hair. But I'm going to find a way to wear my natural hair a lot more often and save money on hair extensions. Luckily, I'm also talented in that department, so I'm able to do my hair by myself. So yeah, I should find a way around it. But yeah, the very first thing I'm cutting down on is beauty regimens, beauty products, all of that jazz. Number 2 is Uber, Bolt, all of those rides. I don't know when this became a thing for me, but at a certain point in time, I decided that I was too bougie to walk. I don't know who I think I am. I mean, I'm exactly who I think I am, but it is not a good reflection on my finances. It's too much. I'm wasting money at this point. I don't mind transporting myself from one place or the other using one of these taxi services, but also it became a bit excessive where I would get an Uber to very short distances, like the gym, like use an Uber from work and back. Too expensive. So I'm definitely cutting down on how much money I'm spending on an Uber. I'm going to use public transport for now until maybe I get a car. Whispering it into my God's ear. But yeah, I'm going to cut down drastically on how much money I'm spending on all these rides. Then number 3, takeouts. Ooh, child. I think it's just one bad habit you may pick up if you start living alone. Because sometimes you come back from work, you're tired, or you're just not in the mood to eat what you have, or you're craving something else. I've had that for the very first quarter, because like I said, it's been bumpy. And when my mood is not entirely stable, I tend to eat some things to kind of soothe or kind of fix that. So I've been ordering takeout a little bit more than I'm comfortable with. I hope that my emotions and my spirit is in check for the next few quarters, because I intend to cut down drastically on how much I'm spending on takeout and try to cook more. Because aside the fact that I'm wasting money, it also isn't entirely healthy. You know, I would like to know what is going into my food, make wiser decisions when it comes to, you know, things I'm putting in my body, reduce the sugar, the salt, the oils, and all of those stuff. So ordering takeout for the next 2-3 quarters is gonna be drastically reduced. If you watch any of my vlogs and you see me ordering takeout back to back to back, please call me out, but please respectfully don't drag me. Then the next thing I am no longer spending money on, I'm going to try, is home decor, apartment stuff. If you're not new to the channel, or if you watch my vlogs, you know that not recently, it's been a while now, but I moved into a new apartment and I'm just beginning to make it my home. Like, I'm buying a few things here and there, trying to make it cozy and, you know, decorate and all of that. And I can't even lie, I'm a sucker for nice things and like nice home decor. So sometimes I can help myself, but I don't actively try to help myself. So I'm buying a few more things than I should be buying. I still have a few things I would like to get for my apartment, but this time around, I'm going to be very intentional about the kind of stuff I'm buying for my apartment. I'm comfortable with where my apartment is. I have to get a few pots and a few other things. But to be honest, I like my apartment. It's livable. It's not complete yet, but it's livable. I like the vibe it gives. It's home for me. I enjoy being here and all of that. And even though I would like to get a few things to just complete it once and for all, I want to be very intentional with how much money I'm putting into these things, because it adds up really quickly. So for the next 2-3 quarters, I'm not going to say I'm not going to spend any money on home decor, but I'm going to say that I'm going to be very mindful of how much I'm spending on home decor. I'm only allowed to use extra change to get stuff for my apartment moving forward. I'm also a DIY queen, just in case you didn't know. So I'm going to try to use my hands a bit more, get creative, because I have all these creative ideas, but I just haven't gotten around to making these things. So maybe I'll get a bit handy and try to finish decorating my apartment using a few more DIYs. Do you get? Then this is not necessarily something I'm no longer spending my money on, but it's a habit I'm going to implement moving forward, which is comparing prices. See, I don't know when I became this bougie person where I would walk into a shop and they say, oh, maybe this is any amount, and I would just take it, no asking for a discount or looking elsewhere. I don't know what kind of... That is not a habit. I don't want that habit. I don't want it. I don't care what you have to say. It is not something that is feasible at this point in my life. So moving forward, I'm going to be comparing prices a lot more. Before I make any purchase, I will try to find out how much these things are costing in different shops, in different neighborhoods, online and offline, because getting just one coat and going with that coat it hasn't served me well. Like, I'll buy something this week, the next week I would see literally the same thing for half the price, and I'm thinking, what was I thinking, not trying to get different coats from different places or different businesses. I've also seen that your neighborhood, like, I know this, but a bag of rice could be this amount in this neighborhood and be something else in another neighborhood. I get it, but why? Why am I paying 20 extra CDs for a bag, the same bag of rice, same brand, because I live in this neighborhood? Then this one may be a bit extreme for you if it's not your thing, but I'm kind of gonna put myself on a spending ban, and I'm gonna try to live off 50 or 40% of my income for the next 2, 3, 4, 5 months maybe. And the reason I'm doing this is because I feel like lifestyle inflation is trying to catch up with me, and I refuse it. Because the amount of money I could live on earlier in the year, my lifestyle is trying to tell me that I cannot survive on that same amount of money. I mean, yes, prices of items are increasing, but not to the level at which this lifestyle inflation is looking like for me. So yeah, I'm going to be on a spending ban, and I'm going to not necessarily lock, but mentally lock a portion of my income away and then try to live on just a small portion, so that I kind of want to bring myself, how do I say it? I want to regulate how much I'm spending so that it doesn't get out of hand. And I do this with pretty much a number of things in my life. When I see that I'm being excessive with something in my life, like let's say I'm eating way too much sugar or I'm spending way too much time on social media, I try to take it away so that I kind of ground myself. I feel like it's just something that works for me. So if it's something that you also want to try out, you can put yourself on a spending ban. Maybe not, you know, as extreme as what I'm trying to do, but you can decide that for the next 30 days you're not spending any money on clothing or on sweets or something, and I feel like it will make all the difference, at least for me. If you want to see how it goes, I'll be uploading weekly vlogs, so definitely subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And if you want to receive weekly tips on finances, on self-improvement, and just things I'm learning from books or life in general, tap the link in the description box, put in your email, and I'll send you weekly emails on tips, lessons, and practical hacks you can apply in your life. Thank you very much for giving me your time today, and all the best on your financial journey. Ciao. Mwah.